Greetings, and welcome back to the MCOC Encyclopedia. Today, as promised, we'll be going through all three paths from 8.1.4 that I recommended in my previous video with the teams I recommended using. This will allow you to get a little more insight into why I chose these teams and how I play around the nodes. This will be much more relaxed, but I still suggest you go and watch that video first if you haven't already, as it contains most of the key information around this quest. And with that, let's jump in. So, here we are in 8.1.4, and we'll be starting off with the Beast path. The team for this path is rank 4 Longshot, rank 4 iDoom, and then rank 5 Ascended Nimrod, Dr. Doom, and Nick Fury. This path is quite a fun one, if you know how to time things. We know that Nimrod gets most of his output on his Special 2, so I'm just not going to stun Beast until we get to Special 2. That way, we don't deactivate the node, and there's no chance of it running out beforehand. So we're nearly at Special 2, stun him, we've got a couple of those shocks going, and that fight's over. Shocks there are ticking for 24,000 per tick each, so that's 150,000 damage a second. And that did, yeah. On to Mr. Fantastic. Here we're going to be using Nick Fury. Do be careful in this fight. Mr. Fantastic is not a particularly stressful defender, and given we turn the weapon off immediately, and we go for our light ending combos that are doing 12.6 thousand damage per tick each, it's 25,000 damage per second per bleed, which is just insane. But Mr. Fantastic has an evade chance for every debuff in play, so that's on either opponent, so just watch out that he's not evading you. The fight's over before I can really finish an explanation, and that was 20 seconds. Up next we have Sauron, and we have Nimrod on the team. Do check out the Sauron video if you are struggling to fight him, but Nimrod basically hard counters everything he does. Again, we've got to push to Special 2 in this fight, so we're not going to stun him instantly, but switching into our orange stance with Nimrod means we can just strip off any regeneration he gets and all of his prowess, so he can't do anything because he requires 7 prowess to go unblockable. Do note that's not only personal prowess but node prowess as well, so don't let those stand up or stack up. We can strip off all of his regeneration. Parry with only 2 armors, 24,000 per tick, and Nimrod is absolute filth on this path. Up next we have, who's that? Mr. Negative, and we're going to be using Nick Fury again. Remember, this is just first life Nick Fury. We could probably double his damage by putting him into second life. All he needs is Sick 1 and he will work absolutely fine. However, again, we're just going to instantly turn the node off, and after just one combo, the bleed's not even ticked all the way through yet. He's already half down. Reverse controls in this fight. If you stun him and he throws a special, just block it. I don't know, you don't have to be fancy. One more light ending combo, and fight's over. Realistically, there's probably about 15 hits of actual damage in there, 20 hits total. Just ridiculous. The only slight issue you might face on this path is this bishop, and we have brought Infamous Iron Man, aka iDoom, for this fight. This fight, I warn you, is a little bit slower than some of the others, which have been disgustingly fast, though it is still under a minute. We can stun him with our heavy chain, and now that we've got, whenever we can put some shocks on him, you can see the burst damages we're getting is above 20k. Unfortunately, he can go unblockable on his Special 1, and my dex of his Special 1 is still a little bit rough in places. We'll go for a Special 1 of our own, and then we'll go for a Special 2, and this will be this fight. There we go. Pretty much closed out straight away. I don't know why I went for another Special 1 there. Probably to get some more damage in before the weapon wore off. But never mind, we're still burning his power nicely. We can strip off any prowess, and more importantly... Nope, don't manage dex on. More importantly, our energy vulnerabilities are really stacking up. So, if we just go for one more stun... Oh, nearly got it there. That wasn't the best. We could go to Special 2 here. It's not 100% quiet. We've now got 50k bursts, and before you know it, into the Striker, and just off the basic combos, Bishop goes down without issue. We probably could have just gone Special 1, Special 2 in the first round. The more you know. Learn from my mistakes. Last upon the path, we have Jabari Panther. Who are we using here? Probably Nick Fury. Yes, Nick Fury. And this is going to be very similar to the other two, but it might last a combo longer because we don't have class disadvantage. Or class advantage. Do remember though, she's got her cleanses, but once she cleanses a stun, her cleanses, all of them go on cooldown for a bit. Use that to your advantage, learn to reparry if you need to. I'm being very cheeky in punishing her Special 1 with an extra light in there. You really don't need to do that. And, is the weapon even going to expire? That's one more light ending bleed, 10,000 per tick. And the weapon expired for just a second before we go in there. A whole 25 seconds, Nick Fury being very slow. That's the path, onto the boss. This time round, we're going to be using a long shot, and I'll be explaining exactly how the Corvus cheese works. Again, see the main video for all the details, but essentially when you knock Corvus down, when his charges go away, when his charges then come back, he tries to trigger his true damage buff. However, if you remove it, stop it from triggering by using something like Fate Seal or Neutralize, it will try and trigger 20 times, and we're going to use that to our advantage. Also, with all of the armor breaks in this fight, we're just going to be healing from willpower all the time, so even the slightly nasty block damage isn't really going to be too much of an issue. Corvus cannot crit through block, if he hasn't got any charges, so we don't have to worry about that as well. We're in Pure of Hearts, we can just throw this, it'll also remove the Unstoppable, so that's fine. Even without, the glitch, Longshot's damage is still great, and here it comes, 20 incinerates, and that's half his health gone. So we're just going to knock him down again. Oh, it's gone around again. Just got to wait for that to come back. Now Corvus is awakened, so we can't actually kill him until we remove his charges. So one more parry heavy, and Corvus goes down with very, very little issue. 20 hits. As always, move to that end node, but if you feel like doing this quest again, you could go down and take the Omega Sentinel path. The team this time is rank 5 Ascended Doctor Doom, Cosmic Ghost Rider and Cull Obsidian, and rank 2 Wiccan and Silk. Cull Obsidian is a ramp-up champion, so it probably makes the most sense to start with him, but as you will see very quickly, we do not need to ramp up Cull Obsidian in this quest. He completely destroyed my expectations and is absolutely filthy for this path, as we will see in a moment. If you like 1 million damage special 3s, this could be the path for you. So we've currently got no armor breaks, that's going to be up to 3, but even just one heavy attack, we're already doing 100k heavies, and that's the fight over. Once we got going, it was 6 hits. 18 hits total, that's better than Nick Fury. I want to do that again, so we're going to do it against Jubilee. We've got 3 charges now, which isn't actually going to make that much difference because we demolished her so quickly, we just don't need the ramp. So medium heavy to push her back into the corner. In order to remove the node on this path, we've got to knock them into the corner. Well, knock them down whilst they are in the corner, I should say. So we're going to just keep spamming those heavies. I'm not quite sure why she's immune to armor break. It's probably one of the nodes that I've just forgotten about. Wait for her heavy because it's slightly weird, but we're going to get tagged, which is quite annoying. We do have constant willpower from the node, so take advantage of that, I guess. Here we go. Knock her into the corner. We've got rid of the node, so we're going to trigger our route. Go for a special 2 with 1 armor break. Huge amounts of burst damage there. Another heavy attack. It's just not fair. Going to bait 1 more. Our routes run out. 30k. We're not critting at all here. 30k mediums, 20k lights. A whole 43 seconds. Cull Obsidian's clearly being slow that time. Right, let's stop using Cull Obsidian. Up next we have this Nebula. Let's use Cosmic Ghost Rider instead. Again, this is a damaging path. Well, the disarmed... Try again. The unarmed node here is when they have damage over time. I'm going to get this right eventually. The unarmed node is when they have non-damaging debuffs on them. Hooray, finally got it. So champions with huge access to armor breaks, like Cosmic Ghost Rider, are very good for this path. But we just need to knock Nebula down in the corner, and we're currently struggling to do that, so we're just going to throw the special 2. This will throw her all the way back into the corner, and so now we can go in with our own combo. This is not boosted damage, this is just Cosmic Ghost Rider. Right, now the damage starts. So she's got no debuffs on her, so we're trying not to dex. Here comes the fireworks. Absolutely filthy. That special 2 is well over 300,000 damage, so Cosmic Ghost Rider, another fantastic option, and the reason he's on this path is to be a nice Killmonger counter. Cosmic Ghost Rider places a permanent armor break on villain champions, and Cosmic Ghost Rider is kind of shut down by having an armor break on him, so you can kind of see how this is going to work. We're going to focus much more on pushing him back towards his corner, but he does seem to have removed my armor break, which is very annoying of him. Triple parry that special 1. And again, we're just not going to bother, hopefully. Or maybe we're going to... Yes, there we go. Throw a heavy. That's just about got him in the corner. So, time to launch a special 2. And again, watch the fireworks fly. Even on a low sig Cosmic Ghost Rider, the damnation damage is actually doing quite a lot. He's got 11 armor breaks. And with 100k medium attack and a 60k light crit, that Killmonger is absolutely rinsed in just 30 seconds. Up next, we have Emma Frost. And again, armor breaks are very, very helpful here. I think we will be using Cull Obsidian because, well, he's just a lot of fun. Cosmic Ghost Rider do absolutely fine here as well. The problem is we're going to have quite an issue parrying or armor breaking this Emma Frost, simply because in her diamond form we can't parry her. So what we're going to have to do is push it into her telepath form, which is in now, but now she's going to transform back because she's annoying. So we just need to bait a heavy. Or we could just eat a heavy. That's also great. So again, bait a heavy, don't eat a heavy. Parry, parry. Nope, come on, heavy attack please. Emma. Here we go. So Cull Obsidian has excellent range on his heavy. We knock her down in the corner to disable the weapon. We're going to go for one more heavy attack, so I wanted a really big special 2. We're going to trigger our route. The problem is I wanted a big special 2, and unfortunately we got pushed to special 3. However, you'll see that I'm going to skip that, and that was 1.3 million damage. 280k on the first one, and 1.01 million on the burst. Up next we have Nimrod, and we'll be using Silk for this fight. Silk's fine, but I kind of forgot to put a striker on it, so I've sped this fight up just because, well, we're going to be here for a whole 90 seconds, and I'm not going to make you sit through it. But essentially, there's really not much to it. Silk is phenomenal for knocking champions down in the corner, because that's just sort of what she does. Her auto-evade is a great safety net against special attacks. So, unfortunately, I didn't quite land my special 2 within the timer, but it still does respectable damage. So we're literally just going to be looping special 2s and knocking him down in the corner. Our basics aren't quite doing the damage I wanted to, and even though my Silk is awakened, he managed to drop the slow before throwing his own, well, before going unstoppable. That was a 100k burst, which is very, very nice. But, again, with a striker, it probably would have been 150k, so, yeah. Evade, evade, evade. And now we're just going to knock him down once more, stand up intercept into special 2. Fight's over. Silk would do absolutely fine on this path, she's just not one of the completely busted options. That's the path, now we have the boss. We're not going to be cheesing it with Longshot, so let's cheese it with Wiccan instead. Again, exactly the same as if you were using Longshot, except we are using Neutralize rather than Fate Seal. Wiccan tries to incinerate the opponent. They're nowhere near as big as Longshots, but they are much longer. He tries to incinerate the opponent every time his Neutralize stops a buff, and he can trigger his Neutralize just on light ending combo. So we're going to drop a parry heavy to knock him down, go for a stand-up light ending combo, that's going to pause everything, and we've triggered 20 incinerates, which is great. Trigger another spell to keep things paused. I'm not hugely concerned about taking a load of block damage with Wiccan. He is quite squishy, but he has regen on his special 1, and even taking all of those hits, I know this fight is not long for this world. We throw our special 1, start triggering a huge number of plasmas, and look at the damage over time. He is just dropping tens of percents of health very, very, very quickly. We're up to, 50 incinerates now. You know, each ticking at 200, so that's 10,000 damage per second. Knock a heavy, and there we go. Sorry, 10,000 damage per tick. Super easy with Wiccan as well. Just don't get hit like I did, and you'll be fine. 36 seconds. Again, move to that ending node, but if you feel like doing this quest again, you can go down, and then down again to the Hulk path. The team here is rank 4 Moleman, rank 5 Shang-Chi, rank 1 Sorcerer Supreme, though we won't be using her, and 7-star rank 2 Black Cat and Diablo. This path is basically just the skill path from the event quest. It's kind of weird to see it in a story, but it seems to work absolutely fine. We're just going to be doing standard Shang-Chi things here. There's no weapons to worry about, but we gain Furies whenever we purify debuffs on us, and the node provides debuffs if required. So we're just going to keep our cleanse charges going, and then drop some rather large special 2s. We've only got 7 Chi charges, and that was a very, very large special 2. Standard Shang-Chi cycle, we're going to get the slow on him because I am concerned about Hulk, gaining his unstoppable. That would be bad. But what I don't notice is that actually it fell off when Ebb and Flow Heavy came back. When the protection goes on, then all your debuffs go away. So we got very lucky Hulk didn't pound us there, but, we do what we can. We cleanse off all of the debuffs, go for another special 2, and even though my rather low sig Shang-Chi for the red burst, Hulk goes down without issues in just 50 seconds. Up next, we have an enemy Sorcerer Supreme, and here we'll be using Black Cat. She surprised me quite a lot on this path, actually. She did rather well. She does no special 1, but general Black Cat gameplay doesn't have much of a purify or shrug off mechanic. But every 5 crits we land will purify all debuffs on us as well, so we can use that. However, my Black Cat's critical chance was not doing particularly well. It took us 21 hits before we actually got to shrug anything, but we've got 2 Furies now, and once we land a special 2 of our own, well, with the extra, she inflicts crit bleeds on her special 2, and with the extra crit damage that we get from the node, combined with the Furies, things get very spicy very quickly. So we just want to land 1 more crit so we can get some Furies. Come on, There it is. We've got maximum of 5 Furies, special 2 with all the crit damage and the vicious buff. And those bleeds are just ticking away, and there goes Sorcerer Supreme. Very, very smooth. Took us a little bit to get going with Black Cat there because Sorcerer Supreme was just spamming her specials, but she did a very good job. So up against this Hulk, let's use her again. We could have used pretty much any of the skill champions on our team, but Black Cat is doing well. I do have the Black Widow relic on Black Cat as well, and if the fights lasted long enough, that would help us keep our crit bleeds paused, but they don't last long enough for us to need it. So that's excellent for us. Try to heavy counter Immortal Hulk here. If you can get away with heavy countering with Black Cat, she's very, she benefits from it slightly. It's not a massive difference, but it's enough for a skill ceiling. However, I got hit because I was underestimate Hulk's special 1 length, so let's try again. There. Nope. But luckily he, sort of turtled up. Also didn't want to knock him down too early, simply because then we wouldn't be able to keep our bleeds going. But again, 4 bleeds, lots of crit damage, and just his health is just melting away. Here we go. We've got the beeper going, but unfortunately he shrugged all of the bleeds when Ebb and Flow went back. So this is going to take us a second special 2, probably. Now, Hulk Immortal can only trigger his immortality if he has 15 gamma, and he only had 13 gamma there because bleeds don't count towards his gamma gain, so he falls over without going immortal. Up next, we have Cosmic Ghost Rider, and I think we'll be using Shang-Chi here. Yes, we are. I don't really want to use Mole Man here. I don't really want to use Black Cat here. They are bleed-based champions, and we can't bleed this guy. Mole Man would have been alright, actually, now I think about it, because he also got a lot of crit damage. But he scales really nicely with any form of damage increase. Let me know if you'd like a video on exactly how sort of damage works and how to increase it, which champions are best with recoils and that sort of thing. It all comes under the same header. But against this Cosmic Ghost Rider, we're basically just going to do exactly the same thing that we did against Hulk, except we don't have to worry about it as much here, apart from getting clomped by a special attack. You are permanently heal blocked on this path, which sucks, to be honest, but what can you do? It's to stop you just massively willpower healing from all of the debuffs. If I was designing the path, I would have just put heal block as one of the debuffs. Maybe make that every other one, so you go heal block, armor break, heal block, disorient, heal block, and so on. But never mind, I didn't. Remembered how to dex a special 2 now. So his protections comes back. We've got 13 chi charges, and to be honest, he's almost down. So we're going to go for 1 heavy attack here. That'll knock him down and give us our crit. Bake the special 1, and this Cosmic Ghost Rider has no idea how much pain he's in. So cleanse off everything, bam. So that first hit was 70k, so it would have been 70, 70, 70, about 150, I imagine. So yeah, massive overkill, but we really didn't. It's either 2 special 2s or special 3, special 2 will pretty much end this entire path. Up next we have Red Hulk, and just for a change, we're going to be using Mole Man. We could use any of the other 3s, but we haven't used Mole Man yet, so we're going to. He's only rank 4, so this fight will be fractionally longer, but you will see that Mole Man is really quite good. He's got massive built-in shrugs, so we're going to be taking advantage of that as well. We've got over 14 charges here. We've got 2 Furies, and we're going to wait for the critical to go away. There we go. Evan flows back, knock him down, and here comes the pain. Unfortunately, we get special locked, but we can cleanse off all the debuffs because we're landing crits on every hit, so that was no issue. Huge amounts of damage, just from a rank 4 Mole Man, no recoils, no nothing. All of those bleeds ticking away nicely. Unfortunately, they will get eaten by Ebb and Flow heavy, but we turn that off very, very, very quickly by heavy countering. We don't need to heavy counter anymore. Ebb and Flow is not going to last that long. We're going to go for a special 1 just to finish the fight out. Super easy, super safe. Mole Man being his usual moly self. 45 seconds, very nice. Last up on the path, we have Mangog, and we will be using Shang-Chi for this. It doesn't go quite as well as I would have liked. The idea against Mangog is just to avoid his special 2, and don't do full combos, but Shang-Chi kind of needs to do full combos in order to get his stun. By full combos, sorry, I mean 5-hit combos. You can absolutely do fewer, like there. The medium was absolutely fine. If we keep a slow on Mangog, we don't have to worry about his special, him going unstoppable when he throws a special at 9 or 10 charges. If we're not doing full hit combos, we don't have to worry about giving him quite so many charges. That gives him 1, and when he throws his special 1, I have no idea what happened there. There's no way he should have hit me with that. Kind of sets the tone for this entire fight, to be honest. But here we really want to go medium into special 2, but I don't want to risk being pushed to special 3, so we're going to go for a big special 2. So most of his health is gone. So here we're just going to bait medium, and we've just about got enough there. He throws a special 1, decks it in the corner, managed to actually heavy attack that one. I don't know why it didn't let me before. Unfortunately, get clipped there. So this fight is really going downhill. But despite it looking bad, we're actually in more control than you think, because if we can land a parry, or beta heavy, medium, light, medium, then we're just going to knock him down. Here we go, bang. Just hope he doesn't use the special 2, and then end it very easily with a special 2 of our own. A little bit rough from Shang-Chi there, but keep a cool head, know what's going on, and you'll be absolutely fine. Right, last up we have our final Corvus, and we won't be cheesing him this time at all. We will be using Diablo. Diablo does not get used anywhere near as much as I believe he should, so let's give him the love he needs. Skip the no choice. Diablo has pre-fights, and we absolutely could use the armor break immunity one, but I'm not going to. One, we do have the shrug off synergy with Mole Man, which will give us extra damage in this fight because we get Furies from shrugging off. But the chance there's only 20%, but also I just want willpower healing. That's it really. There's no other reason. It will increase Corvus's damage, but let's just not get hit then. We get absurdly lucky and on a 20% chance, shrug off the first 3 armor breaks that come our way, which is, ridiculous. But now we just have to be very careful. We've got Footloose on this Corvus, and we've also got MD massively fueling all of our power gain. But once we throw a special attack, we'll get our ore up, and there we go, we're now at special 3. Ideally, I would have thrown a couple of special 1s to get some more poisons going, but let's see what happens. So for every 2 charges you have, of which you start with 6 but lose 2 for every pre-fight use, we use 1 pre-fight, so we start with 4, you gain 1 off every special 1 you use, you gain 2 poisons on your special 3. So we had 4 charges when we threw the special 3, so we've got a total of 8 poisons, and then you can apply more with heavies and medium ending combos. We can then refresh those with the special 2, or pause them with the special 1, but with all of these Furies, Diablo's doing a huge amount of damage. And before you know it, those poisons just ticking away, 1 heavy attack, and Glaive goes down. We had a full yellow bar in just 1 minute. As always, move to that end node, don't quit out, and feel silly. So, there you have it. Everything you need to know to beat all of 8.1.4. If you have any questions, please do leave them down in the comments below, and consider joining the Discord server linked in the description. A great place to get specific advice, make suggestions for future video topics, and while I'm awake, I do my best to be there as much as possible. Thank you, and I will see you next time.